Hello everyone, welcome to this new series that someone has named Molding with Sara. This is where I'm going to be putting together and cleaning various models and figures and miniatures, and this is so covered in dust. Gross. Yeah, we've had this box for a while. Now this is a box of Stormcloud Attack, which I believe was a game. This is Warhammer 40k. I believe it was a game, the idea being like... actually, I'm not entirely sure, but it's like just with aerial units. It's been discontinued as far as I know, but the models that they used, all they did was take the models that already exist for various armies and then kind of match them up. And they had one for Necrons and Tau, and since my husband plays Tau and I play Necron, we grabbed a box. Hi, Sushi. She's running around and playing. Hi there. Are you expecting me to play? Let's open this up. And, my husband has already made the Tau ship. I'm hoping to also do painting, but not in this video. It'll be kind of like, let's put together a model, and then the next one, it's like, or down the line, paint it, stuff like that. So, let's take a look at this box. As for the camera, I'm just using a webcam, and I can't even reach it with my hand. I'm like a half a foot away. Yeah, to actually get into position, I used my cane to slide it along the monitor and all kinds of funky things. And yes, you'll notice that things look a little different. Like, this is a table where my monitors sit. This is a regular card table. And speakers on here. I've got my keyboard just off to the side. This is a board that is wrapped in a old top bed sheet. Not the bottom, the top one. And I use this to put my mouse and keyboard on. And then I just move it up here onto the table when I want to get up from my chair. And there's a space over here that I slip at. And all of that is because I need this chair, which is from a sofa set, to help support my back. More so, this is impulse table. This would be for the game. Maybe Sushi will join us and jump in the box there. Stormcloud Attack, my pilot. It's an app or something. On Google and the Apple Store. The stand for it. Sorry. The stand. Where's the base? This will be the base. Nice and big. I'm just going to put it in the lid here. Little stands? Why are there little stands? Weird. Support, maybe? I don't know. For the wings? Possibly. Got all these little plastic pieces clear. Dice. Must be color-coded for this particular game, but we don't care about that. We got the decals or decals. It's a mix of Necron and Tau. Necron here. Tau here. Yes. Okay. This is the instructions, which is good. Now, this particular model for the Necrons, I don't know if you get the full options, but it's something that Games Workshop does a lot of, and that is to... the instructions are shit. Usually. They've gotten better, but older boxes They're bad. But this ship here, it has two configurations. One is like an attack ship. The other is a transport. So we'll just put this over here. And then we got our sprues of 2 of all our parts. And where are my clippers? Okay, my clippers. I do not use Games Workshop clippers because I think they are terrible. We have a knife for cleaning. We have a bottle of Advil. That doesn't help us during the actual construction. And we have super glue. We're using super glue. Super glue is like what? Crazy glue. By the way, crazy glue or super glue, it's non-toxic. And hospitals have actually used it to help seal some cuts that would normally take maybe 1, maybe 2 stitches. Instead of doing that, they use the super glue, then bandage it up. So it's highly recommended if you have a first aid kit, add some of this stuff. Keep it sealed. Make sure it's good. It's good for small cuts. Because it's non-toxic. And the X-Acto knife, I keep it in here for safety since we have a cat about. So this is just simple storage of the package that it came in. The blade's in here. She can't accidentally poke herself. That's what that's about. Normally I wouldn't care, but that, yeah, no. I'm not going to risk it. Okay, so let's see here. So what do they have for the stuff here? We got, that looks like the bottom. And part A is assembling the cockpit and the pilot. Gotcha. So the bottom piece is this here. So, yeah, I said that the clippers, I do not use Games Workshop ones. These are just like regular type wire cutters from a reputable company, you know, something like Stanley or Mastercraft or something like that. Normally, I would say, did I get all of it? Yeah, I got all of them. Normally, I would say that the Games Workshop ones is fine for like this plastic resin. Resin is a plastic. It's just like different blends and stuff like that. And molding here, because I'm cleaning up these cuts, because I do like perfection. And the way I'm doing this, please don't do this. You are more likely to cut yourself. Okay? Don't do it this way. This is just a technique that I learned in cooking from ages past, and it's a habit, not a great habit. But yeah, get back to the clippers. Yeah, now the reason why I don't want to use the Games Workshop ones is, one, we have metal figures, so we need something better. I find the Games Workshop clippers they use a very soft steel, maybe aluminum, I don't know, but I think it's steel, stainless steel. And what happens is that it, hi, Sushi. That on some of the metal figures, or if you have to do something called pinning, the clippers, the metal in here, it will actually get indented and damaged. Come on, Sushi. Do you want me to clear out this box here? Let's move this. Actually, I'm going to move this over here. This'll do just fine. There we go. So do you want to check out the box? Maybe he'll sit in the box. What are you doing? She needs to investigate everything. as any cat would. I'm just continuing to clean. Or clipped. So anyways, pinning, that's actually where you take a paper clip and you cut a piece off. Drilling holes in the two pieces that you want to connect, put in the paper clip, and then there you go. Do you want up here? She's going for cat grass. So by getting good quality clippers like this, I think we paid $12 for these. Games Workshop was something like $8. Not entirely sure. These will last. And I like the longer neck. So if things are a little bit awkward in a sprue for whatever reason, need something a little bit more narrow, that's why. Okay. 2 more spots. And I got this. Sushi, you're going to let me know when you are done. Well, the legs are already in here. Okay, so we want... Okay, so we got torso, arms, the back piece. This does look like it comes with the option to do the brain fart. The carrier option. So let's clip this. Let's get the arms. So you can see here, it's really narrow and tiny, so it's nice to have narrow clippers. Just makes it a bit easier, especially if you're unsure. And I gotta say, it has been a very long time since I've put together a figure. Sorry, not a figure, a vehicle. This one's going to take a bit of cleaning. Oh, just do that here. Cut there and there. Ow! I just got some claws in the back. Everything okay, Sushi? Everything alright? There's a box there. Now, do I have all the pieces? No. I got one more. Yes, the back piece here. Now, you can use just a knife to get these out of a sprue, but there is a chance of slipping, or more likely slipping, because some of these have rather thick connections, and you have a chance to cut yourself or damage the piece. That's not good. And, hair. If you're wondering, that's long. Where's that's only part. Let's see here. When I stand, my hair is past my waist. So it gets in the way a lot of the times. Let's be perfectly honest about that. Hi, Sushi. Okay, so we got... Oh, I missed the head, and let's see, there's a control panel. I missed that. Where the hell's... What number is control panel? 8. Yes, Sushi? Is 8 over here? I'm looking at the wrong side. Where the hell are the numbers on this one? Okay, there they are. 10. 22. It's not here. So it must be on here. So where's 8? There it is. Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of mixing a few steps here. I'm doing A and B at the same time. 30. Well, that goes there. And this is the back. This chest piece goes on top there. Okay. Alright, well, let's get this control piece all cleaned up and glued on. Come on. There we go. Clean it up. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, come on. There we go. Okay. Still recording? Oh my god, it's 16 minutes. We haven't even finished the first step. Ugh. Now, these videos, if you've made it this far in, okay, they're going to be very infrequent. It's just when I'm up for cleaning and doing a figure or putting together a vehicle or something. Maybe some terrain. There goes a chunk of plastic. Okay, now I'm just feeling with my fingertips to see if there's any edges that feel too sharp. And I run my knife along to shave it a tiny bit on the edges. Nope. Need to finish this. It's not quite there. And this will get me more of an edge that I'm looking for. One of the reasons is sometimes the work that you'll do on a figure, or the work that I will do on a figure, will, if you were to paint it without doing the work, you wouldn't notice it. Doing the work, what you notice is it just seems to be a little better. And that's getting rid of some of the edges that you may not consciously perceive. That's kind of my philosophy behind it. So, there we go. Okay, that's better. Now, the control panel goes down in here, like so. So let's get a little dab of glue, if it will come off. There we go. I'm getting a lot of air bubbles, and look, there's a bit of glue. Get this on here. And it's a square fit, not a round one, so it'll be nice, and I can leave it and move on. Sometimes this glue might take a while to dry, so this cleans it. That just makes it easier. Something like that, I don't have to press it down to hold it for it to bond. Come on, there we go. Part of this technique that I'm using with a knife here is actually a technique that, an improper technique, I'll say, for working in the kitchen. You'll see professional chefs, they'll always do everything, something like this, and they'll chop like this. And if you were to go to more of a, I'll say old school home cooking type thing, you'll see them, instead of doing something like this, they may be holding the items in their hand and just, going like this with it. And the blade will hit the thumb, but it's not dragged across. It's just pushed into it gently. And that's the technique that I learned in cooking to a degree. And I can do the other. I can do the chef style too, the proper and safer method. But this one works really well for me because I have some practice. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't get cut. I sometimes do. And have. It's a risk that I take. That's why I say do it properly. Really, the proper way would be to push away from you. Okay, so this piece, how does this piece actually go in here? Going like that? It's not very clear. Let's get the back piece. How's that? Focus on the back piece. Now, I may cut these videos up because we're already at 22 minutes. Cut them up, edit it, maybe speed it up. I don't know. You know what? Let's make this a tiny bit easier. It's a little bit hard to see because the pieces are tiny. They're like this. You gonna focus? Not really. But yeah, they are tiny. But I'm doing my best to show you what it is. Also, we can just chat, chill, relax. For the moment, this is the best that I can do. Now, if I was to have a proper video camera, I could probably set it up behind me, over my shoulder, get it to be closer. And I actually cannot sit closer to the camera, again, because of my back. Okay, we don't need this, and we don't need that. Let's get rid of those pieces. I think once we get some of these smaller bits done, it certainly will go a bit quicker, I think. Oh, yeah, what was it? I think this month is Pride Month. Just think about what else. And I've never gone to a Pride Parade. Wanted to support, But, yeah. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Okay. So you kind of sit here? Huh. Okay. Well, let's get the Necron's chest attached. So, but yeah, it's, as you may know, the whole trans thing for myself. Oh, jeez. When did I actually come out? Well, I started seeking help. God. Mid-20s. 25. 3 years later, I was able to find an endocrinologist to start me on hormones. During that time, change of name. Yeah, I got to pick my own name, Sara, and my dad loves it. Oh, the jeez. He really does like it. Yeah, I didn't think those were a part of it. It's always good to check if you're not 100% sure. And so since it's Pride, I thought I would share. A little bit about that. So coming out was difficult to my family, easier to friends. Let's see. All my old friends I lost from high school and stuff like that. New friends, yeah, that really wasn't a problem. Changed my name. Got on hormones. Told family different people, different times. My father was last, so I wasn't too sure. Okay, so let's glue this guy's chest on. And my mom, it didn't go over so well. She eventually came around before she passed away. There we go, 4 dollops there. That should work. Okay, so we got the torso together. Now the torso's supposed to go... Does it fit nice neat in here somehow? Not really. You are kidding me, right? Okay, so let me see what this guy looks like. I'm going to put the head on now. Let's see, 31. Where's 31? My dad was incredible when I told him. Absolutely incredible. Uh, 31. Give me a head. There we go. There's the Necron's head. Okay. Yeah, when I told my dad about being trans and taking hormones and living life as a woman and all that kind of stuff. Very long speech. Very long talk. Then this was at Thanksgiving and I was visiting from school. And then what I did was I let him be. I went into the computer room to give him some time to think. And in about 15 minutes after I left him, he came in, put his hand on my shoulder, and said everything will be okay. And yeah, so my dad was absolutely amazing in it. He's had his troubles in overall dealing and stuff like that, because parents will have a tendency maybe to blame themselves, especially if they're from an older generation, which mine are. Hell, my dad is in his 70s. So, yeah. But he was great. I'm trying to cut this. This piece is really tough. Maybe I can get it with this. There we go. Kind of okay. So, but yeah, my dad was great. My mom took a lot of time. I have one brother that does not accept. And I have another brother, I think he accepts and it's okay. Not 100% sure, but he is at least civil to me. Oh, does he? Really? How the hell does this head go on? Okay, it sits low in the body. So the back of the head? Holy jeez. Okay. Right. That's bad. This is awkward. This I'm going to have to hold for a little bit. There. Let's see here. Got his head on. You can sort of see it. It's kind of hunched down. It's weird. Anyways, okay, so that's that. Then you attach to this in the upper part. According to the picture here, it's kind of like this. This is weird. Ah, that's why. Okay, now it makes more sense. Because this piece fits in here. I thought it fit back here somehow. No, there's a little slot right here. So let's glue that in right now. A little bit here. There we go. Probably don't need that much glue, but I don't mind. Okay, there we go. We got that piece. And we're almost done this first part here, which is great. Is there a little spot? No, there isn't. It gives this impression that there's a little hole in there that you would stick the torso to, but there is not. There is not. Okay. I'll give that a few minutes. I'm going to jump ahead over here, and it looks like we're attaching the bottom wings part, 37 and 36. That's what I want. Okay, here we go. 36 and 37. Got them. All right. We still have the arms to attach. I don't want to do those until the torso is in place. Anyways, so I came out, started HRT, all that kind of stuff. Wow, that's an annoying spot. Okay, you know what? You are being way too obnoxious. There. Cut you apart this way. And I have been struggling in one way or another, but coming out for the most part has been good, but I've had some really tough challenges. In the way of I have been attacked, threatened, things like that. Oops. So it's not all, peaches and cream. I'd like to say I got through it unscathed. No. That kind of stuff. It did take its toll on me. Eventually, I found someone for a relationship because I wasn't in one during that whole time, coming out and all that kind of stuff and seeking help and that. I also didn't quite understand my sexuality. I was very confused, I'll put it that way. And I did meet someone, and I fell in love with their personality and who they are, and that person I am married to. And he knew that I was trans. I was open about it on a website, rpg.net, and along with some other trans people there, helped educate people because I was so open about things, and they learned about trans people, and we even helped change a few policies for attacking and protecting people and that kind of stuff. What was derogatory terms found within the trans community that the moderators didn't know, and that stuff was added. All that kind of stuff. And I met my what would be future husband there. And he knew by getting involved with me also when it comes to like social status and social standing and stuff like that. Being a white male by dating and then eventually marrying, although actually technically we're not married, but that's a tangent, he would be lowering his social status in society by being with me. And it didn't really bother him. So, yay. Come on. That's an annoying one. Okay, and then fast forward of us being together through good and bad. I become disabled. This ties into the Pride Month. And I start learning about my sexuality more, and something we had talked about but never explored and wanted to was polyamory. And so then, with a lot of work on our relationship first, we opened up our relationship for the idea of ethical polyamory of, oops, that was bad. I gouged into it. That was a bad cut. For having the idea of having additional partners in a meaningful relationship, not just say swinging, okay, but an actual relationship, like having a girlfriend or what have you. And I started to explore a bit more of my sexuality that way, and that's where this self-identified label, and that's how I'm going to put it, as queer, came about for me because of just how I look at things. Queer fits very well with how I view my sexuality. And I've had a couple of girlfriends. I've had one boyfriend. And it's been very rewarding, relationship-wise, and it certainly does fit both his and my personality pretty good for what is right for us. I certainly would not recommend it for people who it's just not right for. It's kind of like, there we go. It's very difficult, but the whole thing, whether you are in a monogamous relationship or a polyamorous relationship, whether you are gay, straight, bi, gender fluid, lesbian, queer, any other label that you choose to go by, pansexual, all of that. The only thing, I shouldn't say only thing, but the major thing in any relationship that will give it the opportunity to work, if you will, is there must be massive amounts of communication. And if you're polyamorous, that means communication between your, I don't like the word, I really don't, but say primary, which in my case would be my husband, but I don't like that, but I'll say it here. Primary and whoever else I'm seeing, which currently I'm not seeing anyone. But let's say I had a girlfriend. For me, it's important that I have open, honest communication between those two people equally. And a lot of it. And that's very important for me. So, yeah, that's how it ties in the idea of being queer and it being Pride Month and being trans and polyamory and some people get a little confused when it comes to polyamory. And my husband, it's not that, he's not doing anything for me, or the relationship, it's no good, so I'm seeking elsewhere. No. Now, there are some things that maybe another relationship can provide that he cannot. Or it can be, I'm just talking of myself. It can be that the other person, it's just that I have so much love and caring to give that I can give it to more than one person in a romantic setting. So, yeah. And nothing was ever done behind my husband's back. Nope. 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 There we go. So, yeah, that's kind of my little bit there. There's obviously so much more. Look at that. We're at 45 minutes. 45 minutes. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop the video once I attach these two wings here. And finish attaching the pilot. As you can see, I do like to take my time with this. And this being the first video, I wasn't too sure of the format and things like that, so we'll see about things. Maybe I'll do segments that are, look at that, I missed a spot, that are like sped up and things like that, and you just see me working away and chattering at a chipmunk speed, because that makes the video half the size. But this first one, sorry, I have a slight lisp. But this first one is most certainly just going to be the regular length. Yeah, that feels mostly okay. Okay, so these are going to attach here and here, like so. Yep, alright. What? Okay, I see. I was making a mistake there. Almost snaps in place. I see what's happening. I thought it was edge to edge. No, it wasn't fitting. It's actually something like that. That. Yeah, hopefully you can see that on camera. Okay, so let's get glue on this. Come on. Oh no, I got glue oozing out on the inside. Maybe on the outside? None on the outside. That's fine. And let's get this one. I thought there was a piece of plastic stuck in my thumb the way I was holding it. Ouch. Okay, and a little bit of glue, and it was glued to my thumb. Eagle Queen, you're not the only one who does this. Eagle Queen Alexis, very good channel. Her stuff is almost strictly all 40K. It's great. I love it. Her humor can be a bit brash at times, but overall, nice. So this guy just sits there like that. Hips just touching the legs. Right, okay, so put some glue here, here, and right here, because this has to touch. There, okay. It's kind of like the shoulder blades that I was putting it on. And you sit right there. Excellent! We have the pilot in place. the wings in place. It's kind of blurry on there. Hopefully it won't come out too blurry. It's the resolution that they have it set at. So I can get just a bigger view. The arm needs a bit of cleaning here. Which is okay, because the torso needs a bit of time. Okay. So as you can see, I'm quite out of practice. I think maybe for the second video, I might do some speeding up stuff. For some parts. We'll see. Because really, do you know how many parts we've done? Actually, you know what we can do? We've done 1A and B, as soon as I get the arms on. And then 2A. B has only 3 pieces attached to it, which is the top part of this. It meets up. No, I'll save it, because we're already at almost an hour, which is terrible. Okay, so thumb... that goes there. Okay. I don't have tweezers. Tweezers can be a good tool. Put it on the ball joint that acts as part of the shoulder. The glue. And then use that. You're off center. You're stuck now. Oh shit. I must have bumped it. Crap. Well, they'll have to be like that. Oops. Okay. You stay there. See, both hands are supposed to be down on the controls, and I can't get that. I picked up the wrong tool. Okay. We will continue this series. We'll continue this series. And if you have any questions about the model, the topic you want to talk about, that I may know something. I know very little of the lore. I know a little bit. I'm learning some from Eagle Queen Alexis. And hopefully that arm won't be a problem. Come on, get in there. Okay, so the left arm is on the control panel. Right arm can't get near it. Partly because the body shifted. Yep, okay. That's just the way it is. Well, you can have it where, oh look. Can I see? Yeah, there we go. It's going down to press something. I don't know. Still, neat. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this video up and we'll do a part 2, which should get the rest of the, what the hell's this ship called? I like to call it Screamer, honestly. It has an attack that's equivalent, or if there's 3 of them in formation, at least in 5th edition, and up to 7th, it has this kind of scream attack that any units, ground units that are close enough to it, has to take, I think, a morale check or something, or be shaken. It's quite nasty. I'd have to look at the rule book, but yeah. So anyways, this is the start of a new infrequent series. So please remember that it's infrequent. It'll just be when I can do this and when I'm up to doing this, because it does take a lot to get set up. Wow, what a mess. So yes, now again, if you have a topic or something that you want to talk about, if you have a question you'd like me to cover, especially since it is Pride Month and you want to talk or ask questions or anything like that about LGBTQ plus things, and I will do my best to answer. Yes. So, or any other topic about Warhammer, about my channel, anything. And yes, I do this. I actually do this when I'm recording video games, like when I'm kind of wrapping things up. I'll sit here and I'm talking with my hands and you can't see it. So, yes. Yeah. Any questions or what have you? I do hope that you somewhat enjoyed the first one. This is obviously, it will improve over time as I get more experience making models and so forth. But for now, please do excuse the length. I was hoping to be able to make this whole thing in 1 hour. Apparently not. I'm just going to put it in here. Get this out of the way. Sushi. There we go. Yes. Where the hell is she? Hi, Sushi. She's up the hallway. Ow, that hurt my back. So, yes, as I was saying, I do hope that you enjoyed this to some degree. It's the first one. So, yep. If you have any suggestions, pointers also, that would be appreciated. While I'm cleaning up. Get the plastic off my shirt. And if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe down below for more videos like this, because I had a lot of fun doing this one. I really did. I'm just going to put this in here for now. And I do other videos, and you can also subscribe to my Twitter. But until next we meet, please do be safe, everyone. Bye. Where's stop?